Do you not believe him that I...
No, I don't believe you.
You don't believe me. What don't you believe me about?
Because you're a liar.
I left my hard hat at the house.
I don't care about that. I'm saying they didn't. They sent you back for a hard hat and the glasses.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So you're gonna ask them if you get your hard hat and glasses, can you come back to work or what?
No, they said that would be okay. I'm just.
What would be okay?
They said yes. They told me proactively that if I go back and get my hard hat and come back, it'll be okay. What's unbelievable about it?
All of this is.
I forgot my hard hat at the house.
There's no reason for that either. You're the most unconventional person I've ever seen.
I'm dealing with a lot.
No, you're just, yeah, you are. You're dealing with a lot, but they're self-made.
What was that?
Self-made.
What does that mean?
It means that your own, you make your own problems.
If I had a car, my hard hat would be in the car.
It has nothing, absolutely. This is the car you use to go back and forth.
This is your car.
But what difference does it make? You're the one that goes back and forth in it.
I don't drive your car.
Well, I'll be a son of a bitch. You can't talk to you.
Do I drive your car?
Just shut the fuck up, Ethan. You can't talk to you. You have no conception of what the hell's going on around you.
I don't drive your car.
What has that got to do with anything? You ride in it, you go back and forth in it. Ignorant. God damn, how ignorant.
You said I need to talk to another specialist?
Yeah.
Why?
Because get your mind straight. Your mind is going in different directions, guy.
You think
you think that you're right about everything.
You think I should have stayed in Rockford after high school?
Yeah, if I had it to do over, you would, yeah. I wouldn't pay for it downtown.
You didn't pay for downtown.
The hell I didn't. How'd you get down there? How did you get your food? How did you get your rent?
Link card. I had a job.
You're so full shit of it, Ethan. Like, you see what you're saying? None of that is true. What you're saying now, none of that is true.
Okay. Rock Valley is only a 2-year school.
Yeah.
I have 130 credits.
What does that got to do with anything?
Well,
you didn't graduate. That's the thing. You could have graduated in 2 years at Rock Valley, and then if you needed to, you could take some courses out of it. But no. You wanted big shot, go to the best schools and all of that. You've always wanted the very best.
And you took it away from me.
I didn't take anything away. You never had it.
You took my car away from me.
No, I didn't take your car away from you. You wouldn't work. You couldn't make payments. You couldn't make up the insurance. You couldn't do anything. But you got to blame somebody else besides yourself. That's part of your problem.
I had insurance, full coverage.
Everybody else is wrong but you.
I had full coverage and I had a job.
You're a liar.
My IRS pays.
You are a liar.
My IRS.
You had nothing.
My IRS returns will prove that.
Oh, and Ethan, you're so mixed up in your mind. It's just, all these things, it's always someone else's fault, never yours. And it's not true. You're your own worst enemy yourself because you refuse to believe that the world is wrong and you're right.
You told the police to hold me down in my front lawn.
I didn't. No, I didn't tell them to.
You told me
that was their decision.
No, you told them to keep.
You told me. See there, you're going. You see what it is? You can't keep straight what's going on.
You told them to keep going.
You said you can't even keep the facts straight.
Who called the police?
I did to get you off the roof.
When the police came, where was I at?
You were in the front telling them that microwaves were coming off of the roof.
That the heat, and there's a clicking on the roof.
Fuck.
There's a clicking. Okay, and it was keeping me up. And when
well, there was no clicking. You were looking for microphones and the cameras. That's what you said.
No, I'm not stupid.
No, you're not stupid. You're just wrong.
Okay, I'm not stupid.
No, you're not stupid. But you're wrong.
And when the police came, where was I at? I was on the ground, right?
Yeah, looking up at. Holy shit.
Yeah, I approached the police.
Looking up at the roof, saying their microwaves coming off of the roof.
You told the police I was trying to jump.
No, I said I was afraid you would fall off there.
You were afraid I would fall off.
Yeah. You have everything backwards. You have thought it so much through that you are so right and everybody else is so wrong. That's the way it is in your mind. It's wrong.
Who brought the ladder out?
You did.
No.
Ethan, if the ladder was out, it was for another reason.
No, the ladder wasn't out. You got the ladder out from the garage.
Not for you.
I made sure you got the ladder out for me.
No, I did not get it out.
I made sure.
I didn't even know you were up there until I saw you. You asked me to send you a tool so you could take the tops off of those wind things.
You walked out of the garage and helped me with the ladder.
No, I did not.
You do not remember things correctly.
I did not do that.
You do not.
I did not do that. I didn't know you on the roof until
you remember everything that doesn't implicate you.
That's what you're doing.
No, you do.
See, you're telling me what you're doing. You're blaming me for what you're doing.
I purposely made you get the ladder out.
And you can't.
Purposely made you get the ladder out.
Your mind is all fucked up.
Okay.
It is really screwed up.
And did Grandma come outside at that time?
I don't know. I don't remember that. All I know is I saw
she was outside. She told them to stop.
You told me to. All she said is don't hurt him.
What?
She said don't hurt him. She didn't say stop. She said don't hurt him.
Now, if Grandma said don't hurt him to the police, told the police don't hurt him, and we were outside, she must have been outside.
In the front at that time.
Yes.
Yeah.
And why didn't they stop?
They did. You were on the ground when she said it. And they took you to the hospital because you were completely out of it.
No. And
don't tell me no. God damn. You can't always be right. You know that?
And did I attack a police officer?
No.
What?
No.
Okay. Did I threaten a police officer?
Why are you going through this?
Because I need to know what you know.
No. What I know is you're wrong. Everything you're saying about me is you. You just reverse everything and you'd have it right.
That's a disorder.
Yeah, that's a disorder.
And it's short. It's memory loss, but it's so
I don't have
convenient.
Okay,
it's such convenient memory loss that it sends me to prison.
Right.
It sends me to prison.
Yeah, right. There's no talking to you. Just forget about it. Okay. You refuse to say you have a problem and you're not going to get cured until you do. And I guess that'll never happen, but you'll be sleeping on the street, no doubt about that.
You told me I shouldn't go to a 4-year school, get a 4-year education, and
you didn't get a 4-year education.
I got like a 6-year education.
Yeah.
I took calculus.
Oh, big deal. What are you doing with it?
I use it every day.
Oh, you do? Tell me how.
Now you want to know how?
Because there is no way you use it.
Yeah.
How can you use it sleeping all day and can't hold a job?
It's
right?
3 o'clock in the afternoon.
You can't hold a job. You do anything to mess up a job. Talk your way out of that one at the Japanese place. You talked your way out of that, and not into it.
You want me to only go to a 2-year school and work at a restaurant my entire life?
Well, you got to work somewhere.
Yeah, I had a salary job.
How long did that last?
Quite a while.
Yeah, right. Until they fired you because you knew more than those people did.
They fired me because they went through an acquisition and then they sold that company. Yeah. They purchased and then sold that location.
I'm talking about the one with logistics.
So we're talking about the same one.
Well, you told me they fired you because the guy didn't like you.
Well, that would be that was the emotional reason. That would be an emotional reason. They didn't like me. They didn't like how I could get on the phone and call anybody and talk to them politely and respectfully. And when they made a mistake,
then you are so full of it.
I took the fall for it.
You are so full of it. Here's my street.
I know that. That's why I'm not full of it, because I was going to tell you that this is your street, but in that time, you would have probably caused an accident.
Ethan, you are so full of shit.
I am the best driver.
You are a worse driver.
How would you know that? You drive all the time.
That's right, because I'm the best driver.
You're the best driver.
Just leave me alone. Leave me alone. Shut the fuck up.
Shut up.
Let's
Let's go get help. Where would you want to go?
Because you have insurance, you can get it on your own.
want me to use my insurance.
That's right.
Well, where would we go?
I don't know. That's wherever they would let you go.
And what would we say to them?
You tell them all the things you've been telling me. How much it's all my fault and everything. How I fucked you around and all of that. Tell them that.
Well, I don't need to.
Why?
Because it already happened.
No, but tell them why.
Because you love my dad more than you love me. You love Aunt Linda and Diana more than you love me.
They're my children.
But that is why.
You're my grandson.
Right, and I come fifth. That's why.
Come fifth? What does that got to do with anything?
That this is all a root of a hierarchy in a family order, and that privileges are handed down in that order, and they've been through history, historically handed down, and the respect is handed down that same way.
Why do you say I like them better than you?
Because you let him.
I raised you since you were 4 years old.
Because you felt an obligation, because it was your son who went to jail for rape and drug use, and now you let him drink beer and drive your car.
But he's recuperated.
He's drinking beer and driving your car. I
don't drink my beer or drink beer and drive my car at the same time.
Okay, not at the same time, but the point is that I don't drink. I don't do drugs.
But you do everything else to make people miserable. You sue the family. You sue the neighbors next door because they don't see things your way.
I went over there, asked if I can call 911.
No,
they said no.
You had no business over there. Why are you getting other people involved in our business?
You wouldn't let me.
No, you wouldn't do that.
You wouldn't
Don't tell me you didn't use the phone. You had the phone in your ear 90% of the time. I couldn't even find it half the time.
That's not. You have 7 phones in your house. You have a phone next to you. You have a phone at the window. You have a phone in your bedroom.
Well, there's one in your bedroom and one in my bedroom, and both of them are gone.
No.
Yeah, they are. They're not in my bedroom.
And you took the phone out of that bedroom.
I didn't take the phone out of that bedroom.
You've now replaced it because you put your
No, I didn't.
You took my desk out of that.
It's always been in there.
The blue desk in there, that glass desk, you took out.
You see what you're doing?
What am I doing?
Turning everything around
the
in
truth.
your favor.
That's the truth.
It's true in your mind.
No, it actually happened.
It's true in your mind.
It actually happened.
It's in your mind.
You can.
And you take offense to every little thing that you don't agree with. It's always someone else's
No,
fault.
everybody deserves their own opinion.
Always, yeah. But there's other opinions too. Like asshole, everybody's got one.
And everybody deserves to have an opinion.
Yeah. But you insist on your opinion being right.
I don't have an opinion. I just reason.
Bullshit. Ethan, it's horrible, horrible. Absolutely horrible. There's 2 things I needed in the store, and I can't remember what they are.
I'm just thinking about what we could go into a specialist. For what reason now? I mean, I think we got down to the bottom of it. Don't you?
Yeah, if you tell the person that you talk to everything that you've told me, you'll know what to do.
Who?
The person you're talking to is.
They'll know what to do?
They'll know what to do.
Yeah, they'll say that this is so much crap that if I so much as move a muscle, this guy is going to this guy is going to do something about it.
You were in a hospital and you could have done something about it then. But you checked out because you knew more than the doctor.
I didn't check out at any hospital.
You signed yourself out.
I didn't sign myself out.
Well, you walked out then.
I didn't walk out.
Well, how did you get out? Somebody carry you?
What hospital are you talking about?
The mental hospital where you were at and didn't come home then. The last place I took you for the last year and a half.
You called?
I called. Yeah, I found out that you checked yourself out.
Who told you that?
I got a hold of a doctor who found out about it and told me about
What doctor?
This to over here.
The one I went to over here.
Yeah.
What's his name?
I don't know his name. The psychiatrist I took you to over here.
Kyle Cushing?
Yeah.
He told you that.
Not him, one of his staff.
One of his staff members told you that.
Yeah.
He said I checked myself out?
Signed yourself out, yeah.
When did he tell you that?
When you did it.
How long did you call right away?
When I couldn't get what I was trying to do is get information about you because the hospital wouldn't give me any information about you, how you were doing, if you needed anything. And so I called them and asked them if they could help me find out something. And they called me back about, later. I don't know how much later.
Like the same day?
No.
Or like the same week?
No. I don't know. I don't remember how long it took. But they told me that you checked yourself out and they thought you went to one of those places downtown.
A homeless shelter?
Yeah. So you don't want to get help. That's the thing. You won't give it a chance. If you would just give it a chance, you would see there's so much more to life than what you're doing. You're miserable. I know you are.
I was happier when I had a life.
You wasn't happy, Ethan, because you made everybody else unhappy.
I wasn't living with you. I was living on my own. I had a life.
No, you didn't. You were living in your car, going from hand to mouth. Oh, come on, dude. Just stop the bullshit, okay?
I was there for a decade, 10 years.
Ethan, I just don't want to go.
I was very happy.
No, well, happy or not, you're sure making everybody else miserable, I'll tell you that.
Yes, my happiness has a cost.
Yeah. Everybody else pays for it.
It's a law of conservation where
No, it's not a law of
don't
conservation.
just wait till the red light, please. Just wait till the red light.
I have to, Ethan. There's too many cars coming.
I understand you are a good driver when you want to be.
I'm an excellent driver all the time. Don't take chances. If I don't...
As long as they're not emotional and I don't arouse you, you remain calm and rational. Diana was never there.
Why are you going with Diana? Diana has nothing to do with this.
Linda was never there.
Not since you put her in jail, she wasn't.
I didn't put her in jail. She assaulted me.
Yeah.
She assaulted me.
Yeah, well, pretty bad. Girl assaulted a big old guy like you. Yeah.
She also went to my car, stole my car keys when I was in it.
Here we go.
She stole my car keys.
It's all Linda's fault, not yours.
See, you
didn't start all that shit. No, I know. You're perfect and everybody else is wrong.
I didn't so much as touch her. I took the punches one after another with my hands down.
Ethan, you are so full of shit.
You love your kids so much, you will defend them if they torture somebody.
Yeah, right, dude. Ethan, you're stupid.
That's what happened.
You are ignorant.
But that's what happened.
You are very, very ignorant.
I pressed the OnStar button, told them, can they just not lock my doors until she comes back with my keys? I didn't even call 911.
Ethan, you're full of it.
And this has all been from retaliation.
Sure. Everybody's wrong but Ethan.
So he's pulled over to the restaurant. He's pulled over. I could just go get my hard hat and go back to work, but that's not. He's coming back to the car. Yeah, and he believes he's so right that if that well, first off, That is why I'm getting paid. That is why I'm getting paid. Um, and because the righteous path without protection, there's people make too many mistakes without being conscious of them, that when they become conscious of those mistakes, they retaliate. So walking the righteous path is dangerous. And I cared so much about everybody's well-being that I just sat there, lost muscle, and couldn't use the telephone. I wasn't allowed to use the stove. I wasn't even allowed to use the bathroom when my dad came back to the house. My grandfather subconsciously doesn't want me to be successful. And that's a natural thing for many families. Is success is not tolerated because people look up to you, and when you fail, it's a clarification of this kind of mentality that they are correct and the other person is wrong. We naturally want to laugh at somebody else's pain and suffering. We naturally want somebody's pain and suffering to occur, regardless if we cause it or not. The most important thing is I didn't cause my pain and suffering. It was done in retaliation. What my grandmother says to anybody, to the police department, to the state's attorney, to nobody mattered. Nobody. She did not contact the state's attorney because he wouldn't let her use the telephone. He wouldn't let me use the telephone after I contacted the mayor, who's responsible for women's rights. After I initially called the police department when I was assaulted. I told the police department I was assaulted, and they came to the house and they said, "You're gonna have to come downtown for a police report." I went downtown for a police report, and they took down the police report, but nothing was done about it. Nothing was done about it. Instead, and because my aunt was arrested, they retaliated and lied. He went to court, committed perjury, and lied on an order of protection, which caught. And that day the police came. In between, the order of protection was valid. He stole my car keys and he called a tow truck, and my car went someplace to some parking lot for like 2 months. It wasn't the dealer. It didn't go back. The car did not go back to the dealership. Okay? And if it stood there for 2 months, I clearly had enough money to pay for my car. My car was paid. Okay? So So I just want to make this clear that I was assaulted at that day by 3 police officers who threw me to the ground. I approached them nicely. I don't have a problem with police officers as a whole. They threw me to the ground. They threw me to the ground. My grandfather told them to, because they asked him, "What do you want us to do about this?" And he's like, "Take him away. Take me away." My grandmother says, "Stop. He did nothing wrong. He did nothing wrong." Okay? She says, "Let him go. Let him go." Those police officers went to court right afterwards because they messed up. And the entire docket will show that those officials, their lawyers, lied to the judge. I couldn't do anything about it. They lied to the judge to protect those police officers. And because I addressed that issue, the state issued a warrant for my arrest to send me to prison to protect those 3 police officers. And because of that, because the clerk signed off on it, I became a criminal. Every single arrest that occurred after that was because I was at home watching my grandmother because nobody else was. My grandfather assaulted my grandmother, hit her in the face. I told the police. They did nothing about it. My grandmother's dead now. She is dead. My grandfather told me that I couldn't do anything for her. Got angry when they said just to come in tomorrow.
Yeah, I figured. I don't know how you're going to move out in 2 or 3 weeks. You don't work.
Grandpa, I need to get a surgery on my tooth. It hurts so bad.
That's not my problem. How are you going to do that? You're going to keep missing work.
You I did not want to go that day to Chicago. Okay? I wanted to go get my tooth repaired.
I don't know what the hell you're talking about either. But hell, I never know what you're talking about. You said you need a tooth repair as soon as you get your check, but how the hell are you going to get a check if you don't work?
I wasn't able to work because I had a pending criminal charge.
Yeah, right. Is that the reason you're not working today?
No, those have been dropped. You called the police that day before you took me before you told me to get in the car. Remember that?
Today that I'm through talking. It's useless.
You told me
it's useless to talk.
I'm either going to jail.
Ethan, just drop it. I don't want to talk about it anymore. There's no talking to you.
That officer who assaulted me arrived back to your house, right?
Ethan, stop. I'm through.
Who arrived to your house that day? Remember the officers came? It was that same Asian officer, right? Right? The short guy who hit me? I just need you to remember. You can't remember? You remember when I ran away? And then I came back to the house? Courtney Freeman and Kyle Cushing need to lose their license. For studying a behavior that should not be studied. My behavior. I did so much right. Grandpa, do you know I couldn't get into this car? Like, I couldn't even, like when I was gone, like, when I saw this car, I, like, freaked out. Like, I thought it was you. I thought it was you. And you were far away. Like, the only way I could get over this trauma was to do this. When I worked at the mall, I told my buddy to drive me past the house, and I'm freaking out. I'm like, I can't believe, like, it's like evil is like the presence of evil is here. Like, if I can only get through trauma is if you go back there and relive it again. As long as you dealt with the emotions correctly the first time, you can keep your head clear. Now, I'm gonna get on the phone with them when we're at the house, and I'll keep it on speakerphone so we can make sure that tomorrow I have a job, because that's your main concern. Because obviously my main concern is my tooth. So I have no reason why I wouldn't. I have no motive for why I wouldn't want to go to work. Because I clearly have to pay out of pocket for this, and pay for a car that was taken from me before I get another car, $14,000. Okay. Called the mayor, and he calls cops, tells me to come. They come to the house and tell him never to call him again, asking him for transportation to get me to and from work. Now he has his phone number on the website and his email address. So I don't know. I couldn't use the phone after that because they came to the house and said, by the way, Ethan, we're not arresting you, but just don't call him again. Double standard. They all have a double standard. And Kyle works for the government. Did you know that? Where's the hard hat? Oh, it's on the table. I can come back?
Yes.
Okay, it takes me about 30 minutes to get back there. I appreciate it. I'm not going to be in trouble or anything like that, correct?
No, we're going to let your supervisor know.
Okay, thank you. I'll see you in a little bit.
All right, thank you.
Bye.